Are you having a bad time with Skeletron? If so, watch this guide and I'll show you how to walk through this boss. Yo guys, Insania. This boss can be quite difficult if you don't have the right loadout and a big enough arena. For this fight we're going to be using the same loadout as we did for the Queen Bee. So if you watch that video you can just skip to this timestamp. But I'll be showing you how to deal with all of that, so let's get right into it. As always, ensure that you have 400 HP. For armor, I'm going to recommend a full molten set. If you don't know how to craft molten armor, you need 45 hullstone bars. If you don't know where to get hullstone, you get it in Hull. And you can only mine it once you have defeated the Eater of Worlds or the Brain of Cthulhu. You can watch my guides on how to defeat them if you're struggling. Once those bosses are defeated, you can then craft the Deathbringer pickaxe or the Nightmare pickaxe. This will allow you to mine hullstone. You're only going to be needing 2 weapons for this fight, and that's the volcano, which is crafted with 20 hullstone bars, and the mini shark, which can be bought from the arms dealer for about 30 gold coins. Moving on to accessories. Since Skeletron does a lot of damage and has high defense on Masters mode, we're going to be focusing on accessories that increase your movement speed. So the first accessory we're going to be using is lightning boots, which is a direct upgrade to the Spectre boot. To craft Spectre boots, you're going to be needing rocket boots and one of the other speed boots. Once you have your Spectre boots, you combine it with an aglet and an anklet of the wind, and that will give you the lightning boots. Next up, you'll be needing any one of the double jump accessories. Following that, we have the shark tooth necklace. The shark tooth necklace increases your armor penetration, so that will give you some extra damage for the fight. Next up, you'll be needing the Shield of Cthulhu, which will give you a dash, the Worm Scarf or the Brain of Confusion, and finally any speed buff accessory. I'll be using the Anklet of the Wind, but you can also use the Aglet. And finally, potions. For the potions, you're going to be using an Iron Skin potion, a Regeneration potion, a Swiftness potion, and a Hunter potion, just so you can keep track of the boss. Fighting Skeletron without an arena is going to make the fight way harder. So you're just going to want to place down about 5 platforms extending about 200 blocks, spaced 10 blocks apart. Once those are placed down, you can put down some campfires and some heart lanterns for increased life regeneration. Now that all of that's done, you can finally hop into the fight and destroy this boss. So remember, before the fight starts, press B on your keyboard to activate all your potions. So since this fight is pretty basic in terms of strategy, I'm going to be speeding up the video. I forgot to put down my campfires and my heart lanterns, so I was kinda stressing on doing that before the fight got into full effect. So don't make that same mistake, place down your campfires and your heart lanterns before you start the fight. You can see what I do still. I just keep running circles around Skeletron. Remember to make use of your dash from the Shield of Cthulhu, and with the lightning boots and swiftness potion and your aglet or anklet of the wind, you should have enough speed to outrun Skeletron. And then some general tips for the fight. In expert or masters mode, Skeletron gains an extra 25 defense per hand alive. So don't shoot the head until you take out both of his hands, or else you're going to be doing 1 damage. I did make this mistake in the start of the fight, but I quickly realized that and took out the hands. Expert or Masters mode, Skeletron does have a special attack where he shoots out skulls at you, so just make sure you dodge those. They're pretty easy to dodge, you can just run around in a circle. Once both of his hands are destroyed, it's going to be safe to use your volcano on the main head, since the hands won't get in the way and try to attack you. And on top of that, the head will have less defense now since both of the hands are taken down. So yeah, that's the fight done. It's pretty easy once you can keep your distance from him. That's why it's really important to have some speed boost accessories, just so you can keep your distance and he can't do any damage to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this video, please tell me why in the comments and I'll try and make some changes in the next one. Bye.